Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Russell with Ink and Paper Blog. How are you doing today? I am back at Green Apple Books with a special guest.
Hello.
This is Casey and she is the one of the booksellers here at Green Apple Books on the Park, and she focuses on YA, and she's going to be recommending some YA titles to us today. And thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited. I love to talk about YA.
And I'm super excited because, you know, I have been wanting to read more YA, and go to the people who know when you need recommendations. So she's going to do a couple things for us. She's going to start out with some books that are coming out this month, and then we're actually going to go backwards in time to some backlist books. So we're going to have a whole variety of things here for you. So as I always say, if you're looking for YA, get out your pen, your pencil, your Goodreads, because she's going to put a bunch of titles on your radar that I'm pretty sure you're going to want to read about. Where are we going to start?
Okay, we're going to start with what's coming out in April, and then we're going to work our way backwards into March and then into some older titles. So we're going to start with a book that's coming out on April 24th.
Perfect.
So the first one I have to show is Sky in the Deep by Adrian Young.
I'm going to hold the title up for you guys so you guys can see it. And as always, I'll put a picture here and it will be listed below.
So this is a book from a debut author. It's a fantasy. Actually, it's a Nordic fantasy. It has kind of like a darker vibe to it, I would say. And I've started it, and it has a very like, it has a little bit of a harshness and like a raw voice that really draws me in. And it's pitched as Wonder Woman meets Vikings, so that has me really excited. If
that doesn't get you wanting to read a book where Wonder Woman plus Vikings, I don't know what does.
Yeah. And so far it's about a girl who's a warrior, and her brother has passed away, and she's kind of still senses her brother's spirit lingering. So that's what it's about.
Yeah. So that is Sky in the Deep by Adrian Young, and it comes out April 24th, I believe.
Yes.
Vikings, Wonder Woman, I'm going to be finding this book, I'm just telling you right now. Next we're going into some nonfiction, right?
Yes, so this one I am really like happy that it's coming out because it speaks to me personally, and I think it will speak to a lot of other young teens in my generation. So it's a nonfiction anthology about mental health called Life Inside My Mind. 31 authors share their personal struggles.
Hold the title up, the cover for you guys real quick.
So it has some of our favorite YA authors, if you're a YA reader like I am, which has Ellen Hopkins, Lauren Oliver, Hannah Moskowitz, and they each write a short essay about their experience with mental health. And I just found this to be really comforting, to kind of feel like I'm not alone. And I think for a lot of teens who are also starting to experience a lot of anxiety, it will be really helpful for them to know that people that they look up to have also been through this and overcome it. So.
And I think you were telling me it's not only essays, it's also some of them write poetry, some of them even write maybe like a fictional piece, but it kind of has a variety in it.
Yeah, it has a little bit of a mix. Some kind of veer more into fiction, but it's very like heavily based off of their own personal experience. And there are some like essays in verse, or yeah, there are some pieces in verse.
So it's going to have a lot of different things talking about a really powerful subject. So that's Life Inside My Mind. 31 authors share their personal struggles, edited by Jessica Burkhurt. Lots of different YA authors in here. So we're obviously in a working bookstore. People are shopping, so all of those people going through are looking for books. So you guys will see them in the background. We can't do anything. That's what we love about being in a bookstore. So now we're going into March, right?
We have one more April release.
Oh.
It just came out last Tuesday, the 3rd, and it's Justina Ireland's new book, Dread Nation, which is kind of a, I guess you would call it like historical fiction sci-fi. It's like kind of a genre bender. It's a few things meeting a few other things. So you have a historical setting. It's set post-Civil War, and it follows a biracial main character who is a zombie slayer. So it's kind of, yeah.
Civil War zombie slayer.
So like apocalyptic historical fiction. And also, again, I've started this book and I'm just really gripped by the main character's voice. It opens in kind of a like a finishing school kind of setting, and they're learning how to slay zombies, and I just love that intersection. So I think that people are gonna really love this. I know I'm already hooked.
And that's Dread Nation Rise Up by Justina, Ireland. Has deckled edges. It's so pretty, you guys. It's so pretty, and I think it sounds great. She sold me before the camera even started. So that, again, Dread Nation by Justina, Ireland. Okay. I'm sorry, I thought we were done with April, and we weren't done with April. Now we're done with April, and we're into a book that came out in March, right?
Right, yeah. I think we just have one March book here.
I think you're right, yeah.
So, so this is one that came out that I read. I just like read it in almost one sitting, and I haven't seen as much buzz around it as I would hope. So it's called Bloodwater Paint by Joy McCullough, and
I'm gonna hold the cover up for you guys. There you go.
I also love this cover too.
It is
has
a
like
great cover.
It has like a canvas kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
So this is actually historical fiction in verse. So it's about the 17th century Italian painter, a real person, but it's a fictionalized first person point of view, and it's it has a very like sharp verse, and then it has also some sections of prose that are her mother telling her stories and passing down stories in a very like soothing kind of way. So the writing is really beautiful. So the subject is a little, it's a little darker. I would say there's definitely a trigger warning for this for rape. It's about this historical figure's story being raped by her mentor, and the book takes us through like, you know, when she first meets him to when she's raped and when she takes him to trial, which was very unheard of for the time. So it's really fascinating. I think I learned a lot about like art history. I learned about this painter who brought a lot of grit and realism to women in painting, and I was also just touched by her story, and I really, really recommend this.
Yeah, it sounds powerful. I was flipping through it, and I think it probably speaks to a lot of things. But again, she gives you the trigger warning. If you have anyone that would, where rape is something, don't bring this up. But I think it's a powerful, topical, and unique way to do such a topic. So that is Blood, Water, Paint by Joy McCullough. And again, this cover is just gorgeous. So,
yeah, and if I could just say one more thing about
absolutely.
it too. So when I heard about the book, I was kind of wondering like how is hearing about this 17th century person's story going to like add to the conversation about rape today and like sexual assault, and I was kind of concerned about how that would happen. But I think ultimately it was just really inspiring to like see not just that women have suffered, because we all know that women have suffered forever, but that like there have been women who have overcome that for a long time, and like I think we could maybe draw a lot of strength from her story.
That is a very resounding thumbs up for this book. So again, you guys, Blood, Water, Paint by Joy McCullough comes highly recommended. Highly recommended. So now we're going to go into a couple of books that have been out for a while, and just sort of touch base on them to remind you.
Yeah, so if you are a YA fan at all, you already know about Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, which is an amazing book. It just feels so like comforting and like fun and sweet, and so yeah, you might already know that. You might know about the movie, which is also excellent.
And it's just called Love, Simon, the movie, right?
The movie is Love, Simon.
Okay.
But later this month, I don't have a copy to show you because there are no arcs of it or anything, but there's a new book coming out called Leah on the Offbeat, which is the story of Simon's best friend Leah, and she kind of gets her own love story, and I'm really excited for it, and if you like Simon, you should be too.
Everyone I know that has read about Simon or seen the movie about Simon says you will laugh, you will cry, it will touch you in so many ways. I don't know why I haven't read this book. It is sitting on my shelf at home, but that is Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I'm going to say that's how you say her name. And it's now a movie. So you guys could do a whole book club thing where you read the book, then you go to the movie, and then a new book's coming out. So, you know, she's giving you guys a whole entire 2-month plan. There you go. And last but not least is a series that she's going to talk about that she loves. So she wants to put it on your radar, and she's already put it on mine. What are we talking about?
Okay, so this is one of my favorite books of all time, and it's called Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. So
I'm going to put this up there for you guys to look at. Perfect.
And so this is a fantasy book. It came out a few years ago. It's one of the most like whimsical and heartfelt young adult fantasies. It's not as dark and gritty as a lot of fantasies tend to be this day. And yeah, in this day, like I think a lot of fantasies tend to be kind of like Game of Thrones-esque, a lot of like kind of catch your attention with all of this like violence, but this one is very different from that. It follows a protagonist who is one of my favorite characters, and she's a musician. She's also half dragon. She's kind of navigating the politics between dragons and humans because they have kind of a difficult past and they're trying to get along, and she's in the middle of that, being half dragon. So this is just an excellent book. I've read it multiple times and I think...
What age group?
You know, this one could go a little younger. I would say you could start like, if you have advanced readers, you could probably start at like 11 or 12. But it definitely will please people who are older too. It's not gonna be too young for teenagers. I think adults even would like it, honestly.
And it is the first in a duology, right?
Yes, this is the first in a duology. The second one is called Shadow Scale. And then another reason why I wanted to share this, besides that it's like my favorite, is because in February a new book came out by this author called Tess of the Road, and this is a spin-off. You don't have to read these before reading this if you don't want to, but you can. It will help you understand the world a little bit better. And it follows a different character. I think it's like Serafina's cousin. I haven't read this one yet, but I'm like really excited to as soon as I can. But yeah, in this one also, it's a little bit inspired by Tess of the Duberville.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and it also has a little bit of a more mature slant, so this one is definitely for older teens.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is Seraphina, Shadow Scale, and Tess of the Road by Rachel Hartman, and comes highly recommended. If you didn't see how her face lit up while she was talking about these three books, get it on your list and think about Christmas or birthdays or any of those things. So thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was so much fun.
As always, a reminder, guys, so I have the code down below for Green Apple Books. If you put that code in, it's 10% off, and they have 99-cent shipping across the United States. And if you come into the bookstore and mention this video, they will also give you the 10% off at either the park location or actually the main bookstore. So come in, take a look. Cassie's here. She will sell you a book. She will talk to you about all of this.
Yeah. Oh, can I also plug my social media?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I also do Instagram about books, so if you want to see some more books that I'm reading and talking about, follow me on Instagram at CaseyDilla Books, so CaseyDilla Books.
Perfect. I will link her Instagram down below so that you guys can check it out. And until next time, as always, happy reading, and we'll talk to you later. Bye!